Hey, happy day, happy life, happy journey. Let me say that again. Happy day, happy life, happy journey. I'm so grateful to be here on this beautiful Thursday in Guanacaste, Costa Rica, at Rhythmia Life Advancement Center. Well, I'm just down the street, and I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to be here with you and to share with you a little bit about. Hey, Matt, good to see you, brother. Great to see everybody. Thank you for joining in. I love to start these Facebook lives, Instagram lives, YouTube lives with a little recap of just about what's going on at Rhythmia. Ross, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Um, so glad. Sherry, hello. Hi, Sherry. So everybody that's joining, I see over here on Instagram. Thank you all. Thank you. So remember, I just want to share. I have to tell you what goes on at Rhythmia every week. It's going on everywhere in the world. I was just talking to a friend whose mother is getting ready to pass. She's old, right? And he said, something's changed about my mom. She's found some peace, and I think she's ready to transition. And we talked about it, and what she's going through are the three master intentions of Rhythmia, right? Show me who I've become, merge me with my soul, heal my heart. That's the death process. So my friend was sharing what had happened with his mother, who's gone through this extended process of dying. She's starting to see some aspect of who she'd become, starting to see some projection of who she thought she needed to be to get her needs met. All the ways that we were manipulative and coercive, just trying to get our needs met. And then by seeing that lie that she'd been telling herself, she came back to a state of wholeness, was able to forgive the unforgivable, move into a state of peace. Hey, everybody, I'm so glad you all are joining. Hey, Lisa, what's up? Move into a state of peace, move into a state of peace beyond human understanding. That's what happens when we have a merged soul. That's what happens when we realize that we're whole and complete, no matter what the circumstances. That's what happens at Rhythmia week after week. So I always like to start this talk, Walking the Path, with sharing what's really, really, really up for what's going on at Rhythmia. This amazing opportunity to come together and merge back to a state of wholeness. And from that state of wholeness, all of life changes. Possibilities emerge. You're open and available. You're in more of a state of flow. And when you're in a state of flow, abundance and prosperity come to you. When you're in a state of flow, things are effortless. You're not going against the tide. You're rolling with it, right? Things are in ease and grace. This is what happens when we're whole, when we're already whole. You're whole, I'm whole, we're all already whole. But we've got a bunch of stuff. I was going to say some shit. We got some stuff on top of us that's glommed on. And we have to go through this process of unbecoming all the stuff that we're not. There's an old Buddhist cone. How do you become more of what you already are? Or no, the Buddhist cone is we're all struggling to become more of what we already are. And it's like, well, how do you become more of what you already are? You become more of what you already are by becoming less of what you're not. That's what's going on at Rhythmia. That's what's going on in transformation. That's what's going on for all of us. Okay, now I'm going to get to the topic, but before I do, I want to say hi to everybody. Carmel, hello. I'm looking at some of these names. Good to see you, Carlton. Kathy, Kellyanne, Lee, what's up? Diego, hey. Ross, so good to see you all. Thank you. Janice, hello. Good afternoon. Peace and love to everyone. I love the comments. Keep them coming. So, what do you know? What do I know? Well, I think there's that old saying, right? That the older we get, the less we realize we know, right? Slovan, hey, brother, what's up? Good to see you. So I found this quote. A friend of mine sent me this quote. It said, evil is the force that believes its knowledge is complete. Evil is the force that believes its knowledge is complete. I was like, okay, well, what's that mean? Started thinking about it. And it so happened that I was out with a friend, nice guy. I had met him at a conference. I was out at a conference, and one of the participants in the conference, we went out to dinner. We were talking, guy from the Midwest, cool dude, open, interested in expansion and development and, personal growth. And somehow we started, the topic of race came up. And he said to me, I didn't have anything to do with any of this. I don't know why everybody's so upset at me, And I was like, well, of course you didn't have anything to do with it, but he goes, um, I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't have any ill will towards anybody. I'm not a racist. And when he said that, it reminded me of the quote, evil is the force that believes its knowledge is complete. So this guy isn't evil. He was a nice guy. He's not going to hurt anybody. He's not going to deny care or aid to anybody. But the interesting thing about this point is that anytime I think my knowledge is complete in an area, anytime I think I don't have a blind spot there, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to look at that anymore. That's evil. That's the definition of where things start to go south, right? Because when you think, and this is the second quote that I love from Frank Herbert, who is the author of Dune. He says, when you think you know something, that's the most perfect barrier to learning. When you think you know something, that's the most perfect barrier to learning. Look beyond what you think you know. I love that, right? I love this idea that no matter what area we're in, no matter what area of our life, we have blind spots. There's never a time when I'm good. I don't need to examine that anymore, right? How many areas of our lives do I think I'm pretty sure I got this covered? There's nothing new to learn here. Wow, that's the most perfect barrier to learning. So it came up around race, and it became this conversation that I had with this guy became a departure point. Okay, I'm going to put my glasses on because I made some notes, and I just don't like the little, light thing reflecting my glasses. So, okay. So this is a departure point for self-examination in all areas of life, right? Where are the places in my awareness that I think my knowledge is complete? Where do I think I don't need to know anything more in this area, right? And then what came up immediately after that was a friend of mine who is entering into an open relationship for the first time, right? This is an older guy. His wife is younger. And he starts sharing with me, of course, I got all my opinion and judgment about that, right? I got all my opinion and judgment about open relationships. Hi, Dorota. Good to see you. And I just was listening, right? I'm just listening to him. And he's sharing with me, like, I want my wife to be happy. I don't have as big of a libido anymore. And we love each other. But, he said, fear is my North Star. I'm going to what scares me. That's one of the principles at Rhythmia, right? Go to what's hard. The universe rewards bravery. So he's going into what scares him. And he says, I don't know where this is going. That's scary. I love this woman. She's my wife. I don't want to lose her. But what if she likes somebody else more, right? And I totally, I don't know. That's an area where I thought I was pretty solid. Like, no open relationships. No, hell no. Are you kidding me? Nah. But here was this man pushing himself into areas of the unknown and saying that fear and anxiety were his North Star. That's the direction I'm going in. When I see something that when I feel afraid, I'm going that way. That's an amazing way to live life where nothing is off the table. There's not one part of my life that I'm not able to express and expand and open up and see something beyond what I think I know. Doesn't mean you have to do that, but to be open. I was just started to notice between these two conversations about open relationships and race, I started to see the areas where I think, I don't have a blind spot. Like I thought I was pretty good. Like definitely no open relationships for me. Not into that. But what if, here's the thing about relationships. Let me take the glasses off. With the current structure of relationships isn't working, right? Marriage, not so successful. 50-50 odds. Like what's the benefit of that? I got a 50-50 odd of it working, right? Marriage doesn't seem to be too beneficial as an institution. And it's based on property. Um, it's based on hierarchy, right? And we don't have a language of equality for marriage. The only language of equality that we have is business, right? So in the old days, it really was property. The woman came with property, and it was about connecting property, and the man owned the woman, right? That was the hierarchical structure. Well, now we've got gay marriage and straight marriage and open marriage and all these marriages, right? But we haven't changed the fundamental structure of the institution. And the fundamental structure of the institution is a hierarchical relationship of inequality. So we've got this institution, and now we're trying to fit an idea of inequality into an institution that has no interest in equality. And so what do? Excuse me. We tend to superimpose. We are a corporate, business oriented society. We are a commercial society. Everything is based on commerce. And so, what's the most predominant language worldwide? The language of marketing, the language of commerce. And so, what do we do with our relationships? We superimpose the language of business and commerce on our relationships. And what do most people do in business? Withhold, position, strategize, you know, convince, cajole, persuade, manipulate, whatever it takes to get the upper hand. But that's our language of equality. That's our language of equality. And I think that's what happens in relationships is we superimpose on top of this institution, which is no longer valid. We superimpose the language of business on top of that. And no wonder it's a failing institution. So now let's look at relationships. Am I open to having a conversation with my beloved about what that would look like? And so, what do you know? I happened to come across a writing by a beautiful man, Anthony DeMello, who I believe was he's a Jesuit priest. He's passed away now, but he has a really beautiful little book called A Way to Love, and I think it's the last meditations that he wrote before he died. And he says, "Say to your beloved, I leave you to be free to be yourself. I leave you free to be yourself, to think your thoughts, to indulge your tastes, to follow your inclinations, to behave in any way that you decide is to your liking." Whoa. Hey, Jason, what's up, man? What if you said that to your beloved? I leave you free to be yourself, to think your thoughts, to indulge your tastes, to follow your inclinations, to behave in any way you decide is to your liking. Could I do that? I don't know if I could. Because the minute that we say that, the minute my glasses are a little crooked, the minute we say that, we're either going to feel a contraction, like, I can't let them go. Like that would be letting them go. My friend is telling his wife, I leave you free to be yourself, to indulge your taste, to follow your thoughts, to follow your inclinations, to behave in ways that you decide are to your liking. I've got to let you free. Either you're going to cling, either we'll be exposed for the clinger, the jealous manipulator that we are, or our hearts will open. And when we say that to another, we'll cease to become special. They'll cease to become special, but they'll become not special to me or special to you, but they'll become special in the way that a sunset is special. It's available to everyone and no one. And they're special in a way that a tree is special, not for the shade that it provides or the fruit that it bears, but just because it's a beautiful architecture of this tree for its own innate beauty. In this way, if we could, wow, I mean, it's a tall order. I'm not saying I can do this, but what an interesting thought about what I know about relationships, what I know about all relationships, whether they're intimate relationships or business relationships. How often am I trying to control, to manipulate, to get an outcome that I want, to tell people what I think they should be doing? I'm really good at that. I'm really good at telling people what I think they should be doing. But can I trust each person to know their own mind? to do what they want to do, to indulge their taste, to follow their inclinations. And if I don't believe that, I'm just assigning myself the task of making sure that I'm pleasing to them and they're pleasing to me. And so what is that? That's codependency. That's giving to get. That's going along to get along. That's a transactional notion of love. I've got to make myself pleasing to you and do everything that you want me to do so that you'll do the things that I want you to do when I want you to do them. That's bondage. That's chains. That's not liberation. So this has been my thought this week. Evil is the force that believes its knowledge is complete. And when you think you know something, that's the most perfect barrier to learning. Look beyond what you think you know. So what other areas in your life, in my life, do I think I know something? What areas do I not have a blind spot in? And can I open up to those? Can I go, as Sherry said, I make it a point to walk headfirst into scary situations, take a deep breath and jump in. Whew, that's it. Can I breathe and open? Breathe and open. Breathe and open. Can I breathe into my anxiety? Can I breathe into my fear? Can I breathe into the thing that's challenging me? Can I trust? Can I trust that right now the planet is spinning without human compulsion? Can I trust that right now uh, the seasons are changing? We just jumped into spring. All this is happening. Cells are reproducing and dying off in our bodies. Our lunch is digesting. Some of us have hair growing, some of us don't. Others have hair growing in different areas, right? All of it's happening with nothing that we did, nothing we did. It's all happening without us automatically. How much more wonderful things can happen automatically as we release the need to be a clinger, an exploiter, a manipulator, to try and control things to become pleasing to others so that they will be pleasing to us, and instead open up to see the innate beauty that they are just as they are, that I am and you are just as you are. I'm not saying I'm there. I'm saying this is what I've been thinking about this week, and I'm so grateful to share it with you. I'm so grateful. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. That's this week's Walking the Path. We're walking the path on some topics that are stretching our minds, or at least stretching mine. All right. And I think I'd love to end today with a prayer. As so much is unfolding in the Ukraine and all over the world, right? Like, is the world at peace? I don't know if there's ever a time we could say the world's at peace. Robin is saying, I feel the anxiety so hard in my body. I'm doing so many healing modalities, just trusting this will pass. All right, Robin, beautiful. So is the world at peace, and are we at peace in our bodies? Robin is saying there's not peace in her body. She's feeling anxiety. So the invitation is that we can find a place of peace right now in ourselves. Let's do this together. Let's do a little breathing together before we sign off. If you're in a place where you can, close your eyes, sit up straight. Your back is erect but not rigid, and just put one hand on your belly. Close your eyes. And just take a deep, slow breath in through the nose, expanding the belly, expanding the diaphragm. Take it all the way in, expand it, feel it expand in the back. And now slowly exhale through the nose. And take it all the way down to the bottom of the exhale. Like wring the air out, the last stale air in the bottom of your diaphragm. And now inhale again. Expanding the abdomen. We're all trying to hold in our stomachs, right? This, I want you to let it go. Let it fly. Let it free. Expand the stomach. Suspend the breath. And exhale slowly through the mouth, through the nose. Take it all the way to the bottom of the exhale. And now inhale again. Expanding the belly. Expanding, and roll it up into the chest now. Feel the shoulders, the intercostal muscles here in the top expand. Suspend it at the top. Sip through a straw. And hold the breath. Hold it. Exhale slowly. all the way to the bottom, wringing out the last bit of stagnant air. Last time. Inhale fully. Abdomen expands. Roll it up to the chest. Sip through a straw. Hold it at the top. Continue to hold this breath. Feel relaxation pulsing through your body. Continue to hold. Relax all muscles, all tension, and release with a sigh. Beautiful. Just notice the shift in the body with 4 breaths. 4 breaths. Feel the life force throbbing, pulsing, tingling, moving in the body temple. I know that to be the presence of God. I know that to be the one thing that's constantly expressing itself, constantly unfolding, constantly expanding. That's the nature of God. That's the nature of the universe, expansive. I'm so grateful to know this. I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to know the presence as that which is expansive, that which is true, that which is real, that which is enduring. I'm so grateful for this opportunity to be alive today. Let's all just take one thing. Think of one thing that you're immensely grateful for. One thing you're immensely grateful for. Let it fill your being. Breathe it into your heart. Feel the vibration of gratitude in your body. What does gratitude feel like in your body? Where is it? Breathe it into your heart. And it's in gratitude that we recognize life itself, this presence that's always unfolding, this perfection that is a presence, that's an activity. So I can truly say that God is everywhere. Spirit is everywhere. There's no spot where the presence is not. It's everywhere in its fullness, no big or small, in the presence of intelligence, the presence of beauty, the presence of joy, the presence of creativity, the presence of elegance, the presence of power, the presence of love, the presence of abundance, the presence of health and vitality. There's no big or small. It's everywhere present, waiting for our acceptance. I'm so grateful to know this, that it's hovering in our field of awareness, waiting for us to accept it, to accept peace within ourselves. So today, from this unified state of awareness, where I know that each one of us in the sound of my voice is fully engaged, fully endowed with the presence of love, the presence of beauty, the presence of joy, the presence of love and abundance, that each one is intricately connected, can't be separate from the very thing that's breathing us, the very thing that's living us, the very thing that's beating our hearts. Life. We're alive. We're alive. Life is in us and all around us. That's the same thing as saying God is in us and all around us. Life is everywhere. God is everywhere. So from this place of unified awareness, I'm one with life, I'm one with God, I'm one with love, I'm one with beauty, I'm one with joy, can't be separate from the thing from which I was created, the thing that's beating my heart right now. From this place, I know this truth, that everything is unfolding in divine perfection. Everything is unfolding in absolute perfection, whether it fits my picture or not. Things aren't always what they appear to be. So I stand in the truth that there is something seeking to emerge right now on this planet. That which is seeking to emerge is a greater expression of love and beauty and joy and peace. And we, by doing 4 breaths and joining together and anchoring ourselves in this truth, we become a midwife, we become a husband for more peace, more love, more beauty, more joy to arrive. We become a channel for peace. The Beatitudes, make me a channel for your peace, said St. Francis. Make me a channel for your peace. Our work in the world starts at home. Our work in the world starts in the heart. Where am I dropping bombs on people in my mind, laying landmines with my opinions and judgments? Let me find peace within myself so that I can be a channel for peace in the world. How grateful I am. This one simple prayer. Thank you, God. Thank you, life. Thank you, beauty. Thank you, divine intelligence, that each one in the sound of my voice knows that peace, that still small place at the center of their being, pure, unexpressed spirit. It's at the center. It's not out there. It's in here. That each one within the sound of my voice finds that peace within. That I find it, that we find it together, and that we become a greater expression of that peace in our relationships, in our work, in our communities, with our pets, with our children. Make me a channel of your peace. I'm so grateful to speak this word. I'm so grateful to know this truth. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful for another opportunity to be a channel for peace. Another day that we get to walk as a channel for peace. And if you are in agreement with me, join me in saying, and so it is. And amen. Ashe. Aho. Thank you all so much. I'm sending you so much love. I look forward to seeing you again next week. Peace and richest blessings. Ciao.